Hey everyone. Thanks for watching another video. The first story is called Entitled Parents Demand Me to Remove My Piercings and Tattoos from the Entitled Parents subreddit. Don't forget to hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. Also, don't forget to subscribe for new content. As always, the story is written from the original poster's point of view. Some background: as the title suggests, I have various piercings and tattoos. But no absurd amount. None of my tattoos are offensive. They all have a certain significance within my life. Last weekend, we had a gap in the horrible weather and it was a beautiful warm day. I decided to take advantage of it and hit the bike trails in some nearby woods. I was in shorts and a t-shirt. So my arm and leg tattoos are visible, but not my chest ones or my piercings. After a while, I got pretty hot and sweaty and took off my shirt. The ride was beautiful and I had a great time. Cut to me resting near my car before I was going to pack up and leave. I was still shirtless as I didn't want to put my shirt back onto my sweaty torso. The entitled parents are nearby and their kid is running around enjoying himself. He was clearly not paying any attention to me. I notice EM and ED giving me a strange look and whispering to themselves, but I ignore it. I don't really care that much about the judgment of my body by absolute strangers. After a while, they get up and approach me. I can already sense that I'm about to get involved in a discussion I have no interest in entertaining. EM, it really is inappropriate for you to be going around like that in a family-friendly area. Me, what, shirtless? I'm pretty sure your son can handle that at his age. EM, no. With all those tattoos and piercings. It's offensive and a bad influence for children like my son. Keep in mind, I literally only have 2 piercings and 10 tattoos total. And the kid hasn't paid me the slightest bit of attention this entire time. Me, not much I can do about that. Sorry that it bothers you. At this point, I turn away to take a drink of water and start packing up my bike. This conversation is already ridiculous and not worth my time. As I'm walking to my car, I hear ED chime in. ED, hey young man, my wife was talking to you. You really ought to remove those when you are around other people in public. Me, remove my piercings and my tattoos? I'm not going to take out my piercings just because you don't like them. And I'm not sure if you are aware, but I can't remove my tattoos. EM, well, maybe you should have thought about that first. You kids these days have no respect for traditional values. ED, you know that those things make you look like a criminal, right? You'll never get anywhere in life looking like that. Me, well actually, I work in a cancer research and drug design lab and am about to finish undergraduate studies. They look a little surprised. I'm almost positive they thought I was telling crap. Me, and, by the way, I did think carefully about that before getting each one of them. And decided I would be happy to have these for the rest of my life. I really don't care what you two think. Your child hasn't even paid any attention to me this whole time. ED, well, you should care. You have no respect for your elders either. I'm sure your parents are disappointed with you. Now I was getting mad. I shrugged off all the other comments. But that last one rubbed me in all the wrong ways. My parents are wonderful and generally supportive. Although not fans of my body mods, they respect my independence and autonomy. Me, good thing I learned to not give anything what some decrepit old farts have to say about me. I hope one day your kid grows up to disappoint you as much as I supposedly do mine. Get lost. I started putting my bike in my car and then turned to them one last time. Me, also, maybe you guys should worry less about how someone else looks. Maybe pay a bit more attention to your kid. He is about to try climb into that ravine. I point at the kid on the other end of the field. He was entering the woods. Then I silently got in my car and drove off while watching them go chasing after their kid. It was stupid of me to have even engaged with them that long. But they essentially followed me to my car to continue harassing me. I don't usually have that many run-ins with nosy people offended. But this one really takes the cake. And I am rarely so rude to people, but they pushed my buttons. And they killed the post-exercise high I had going after the bike ride. Do you have tattoos? Any problems with such people before? Comment below. The next story is called I Am Her Mum. I Can Buy Her Cigarettes. Back in 2016, I started a new job at a truck stop. This was my first job working in a gas station. It was also my first job selling alcohol or tobacco. So I had to take the class to get my bar card. It was a 4-hour course and was mostly common sense. Always check IDs. Never sell to someone buying alcohol or cigarettes for anyone underage. Just common sense things. At this truck stop, there were these big double-decker buses that would come through every shift. One day, about 2 weeks after I started, I was finally on my own, with the manager close if I needed him. The bus pulls in and around 100 people poured into the store. Normally I would say this is a pretty decent-sized truck stop. There was a large store to purchase products and gas. There was also a restaurant and casino. Plus parking for 200 plus 18-wheelers. But it looked so small to this crowd. The manager jumps on his own register to help me and the other cashier thin out this large group of people. They only have 30 minutes to get what they need and be back on the bus. I am doing very well and am so proud of myself for not having a screw up yet. Then this lady walks up to my register with her 2 kids. One is around 12, the other is 17 as I find out. You have to be 18 to buy cigarettes and 21 for alcohol. I hear the daughter telling her mum what type of cigarettes she wanted. Me, hi. What can I get for you today? The mother puts a few snacks on the counter. I need these and I need a pack of cigarettes. Me, yes ma'am, I just need her ID please. I point to her daughter. Mother, why do you need her ID? Me, ma'am, I heard her tell you what type of cigarette to get. So I have to see her ID. I can see my manager watching me. Mother, excuse me? Who is buying them? Not her. Now give me my cigarettes. I tried to handle this on my own. Ma'am, since I heard her tell you what type of cigarettes she wanted, by law, I have to see her ID. Mother, did you hear what I said? I am her mum. I am buying them. Sell me the freaking cigarettes. While screaming, she was also slamming her fist down on the counter. My manager walks up and steps in front of me. Manager, excuse me, ma'am, what is the problem? Mother, my problem is I am trying to buy cigarettes. But she won't sell them to me. Manager, ma'am, I also heard your daughter tell you what cigarettes to get. And we have to have her ID. We could be fined and lose our license. Plus get a fine and possibly jail. Mother, this is bull crap. I am her mum. If I want to buy my 17-year-old cigarettes, that is my choice. Manager, while that may be your opinion, ma'am, it's not the law. And we follow the law. You are welcome to purchase your other items. But since you just said she is 17, it's a no on the cigarette sell. With that, the mother, while cursing all us out, leaves her items and walks out. The driver then walks up shaking his head and says, this is the second store they have done this in. You think they would have learned the first time? Then he asks us to announce his last call. People were still waiting in line, because of all the commotion the mother did. So half the riders weren't able to purchase their items. The drivers don't wait. I have seen a few running after the buses and they don't even stop. So there were some very angry people. I bet her ride home was amazing. My manager asked if I was alright and said I did a great job for having my first rowdy customer. I never swayed from being polite and courteous, even when she was cursing and yelling at me. Is it allowed in your state or country to buy cigarettes for your children? Would you do it? Comment below. On to the last story. It's called, The EP is My Own Mother. My mum is a super uptight Christian woman. She would rather spend her time studying the Bible and watching hours of a Christian speaker than spending quality time with her children and family. My dad and she have a really good relationship. But sometimes I wonder how they even became a couple. My dad is really cool and laid back and is really easy to reason with. I'm in high school and have been with my boyfriend for 2 years. My whole family loves him. We carpool to and from school every day. His dad gives him gift cards to the gas station near our houses for gas and just to buy snacks. So every week or so, we make a trip to get snacks or drinks. This one particular time, I got those gummy peach ring things that everyone can visualize but don't actually have a name. They're literally just called peach rings. What do you call them? Comment below. Anyway, I'm weird and I like to eat them stale. They will take weeks to harden even after you open the sealed package. So this time, when I got home, I opened the bag and placed them on the desk in my room. I put them in a line in order to maximize their exposure to the air in order to stale them faster. I continue to go about my day with homework and other tasks. My mum comes into my room and asks angrily, does anyone know where the good carpet cleaner is? My cat, the cutest thing in the world, brings in gophers and mice every now and then. He will leave their bloody entrails as a gift for us taking such good care of him. Good cat. The guts had been cleaned up. But she wanted someone to take the carpet cleaner, which she couldn't find, and get the red stains out of the carpet. This is usually my sister's job, who shares my room with me, and we both say we don't know where it is. She goes on to huff and puff, muttering something about how it's expensive and we should know where it is. I get that it's frustrating, but I'm a fuming teenager at the stage of life where anything my mum says makes me annoyed. I'm sure people can relate. The thing is that I knew the moment she walked into my room that it wouldn't be a simple encounter. It never is. She always peeks around and inspects things and yells at me to clean up or complains about how lazy I am. Instead of leaving after we told her we don't know where the cleaner is, she started rummaging around looking for it. I was cringing as she sorted through our things, because she was bound to find the candy lying exposed on my desk. Something about my mum is that she does not allow food or drinks in our rooms. Not like we have ever made a mess or anything caused by the food. I don't even know why that's a rule. I obviously just ignore this most of the time. Anytime I hear her footsteps in the hall, I immediately get up from my seat and walk to her, pretending like I was just leaving my room anyway so that she won't find chip bags or wrappers. This may sound ridiculous, but I do it in order to avoid the disaster that would ensue had she found food in my room. However, this time I was pretty invested in my work, and didn't think about the peach rings on my desk. Else I would have stood up to meet outside my room. She walks over to my desk. I'm sitting on a small couch on the opposite side of my room, so her back is facing me. She stops in her tracks, the peach rings clearly having caught her eye. Busted. I knew what was coming, and I embraced it. She started screaming. Why is there food in here? I just sat there and decided to not say anything. Right on cue, she continues. You know you girls shouldn't have food in here. Oh, P, take care of this right now. Me, surely being ignorant, thinking that I could just explain the situation for understanding, said, Mum, I have them there to stale. If I see these here again, I'm going to take them and throw them away. She was extremely annoyed today, and I don't know why. Her life isn't that stressful. She has time to seclude herself in her room all day and watch Christian-inspired TED Talks. I wasn't exactly that surprised that she threatened to do this though. If we leave things out in the living room, she will confiscate them and hide them in her room. And we only can get it back once we go to her directly and ask for it. She has even done this with my textbooks before. Every now and then, I can no longer handle her crap. I start to challenge her, why does it even matter? It's not making a mess. Big mistake. It's a rule for a reason. We want to keep these carpets clean. She made some lame tie to how the cat bloodied up the carpet, and now we add to the problem. She normally just gets set off and will go on a ginormous tangent about how ungrateful we are and things like that. Eventually, she tires herself out and begins to leave. Thank God. Except I spoke too soon. She doubles back and tells me once again to clean up the candy on my desk now. I'm not having it today. I say, what does it matter? You said you're just gonna take it the next time you see it, so why should I have to clean it up now, as you're leaving? Keep in mind that I was just planning on keeping the peach rings there after she left because I want to make them stale. This is when she completely snaps. Fine then. I'm going to throw them away now then. I'm getting a plastic bag. If they are still here by the time I'm back, they are going in the trash. I get up and quickly gather the gummies in a bag and chuck it into my closet. I'm already sitting back on the couch, looking cool and calm by the time my mother re-enters. This whole moment was pretty intense. I had heard the recognizable brisk and urgent footsteps of my mum in the hall, returning from the kitchen cabinet. As I sat down, I was pretty proud that I had beaten her by so much time. She walks in with a devious and intent expression on her face, as if she was getting ready to leap onto her prey. She notices that the candies have vanished, and stops. Then looks confused. Then angry. Where are they? I have never heard such a frantic and desperate tone in that voice over something so trivial and stupid. I say, why are you being so crazy? I'm not being crazy. Tell me where they are. I weasel my way out of it by bringing up that she's acting insane, and that there is no grounds to go so ballistic. Eventually, she leaves, and I never had to tell her where I put the peach ring gummies. I'll probably just lay them out on a shelf in my closet instead. She won't see them there, and if she can't see it, she can't unleash her wrath. Did you have such interactions with your mother? Comment below and share your stories. Thanks for watching another video. I hope you enjoyed it.